Welcome to Duke's Diner.
Here we serve food made by me, Duke. We are inclusive and we cater to all kinds of diets.
Are you vegan? No problem, because we have vegetables too.
So, what are you waiting for? Come along.
Duke's Diner.
Where my food goes in your mouth.
In part 2 of the C1 Advanced Writing Exam, you might need to write a letter of complaint. But do you know how to do that?
No, but I need to.
Do you know the structure?
No.
And do you know useful expressions to help you get the high marks that you want?
No, Mr. Toby, I don't.
Well, don't worry. My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is everything you need to know about writing a letter of complaint for the C1 Advanced Cambridge exam. Dude, mate, I don't think anyone's coming.
No, Bruce, look. We have a guest. Look busy.
Hi, is this like Duke's Diner? Like, it doesn't look like the advert I saw.
Yes, welcome. Would you like a table?
Yeah, a table for one. Like, I'm getting to know myself right now, so I thought I'd come to a restaurant on my own. Like, obviously, I've got loads of friends and a really hot boyfriend and stuff, too. Like, I'm not a loser or anything.
Okay. Bruce, come here.
Oh, hello. Your table is over here. This way, please, madam. In part 2 of the C1 Advanced Writing Exam, you could be asked to write a letter of complaint. This should be between 220 and 260 words. It should be formal, so avoid contractions. And in the exam, you will have about 45 minutes in which to write it. And trust me, that's plenty of time. You'll be fine. So then, who could you be writing your letter of complaint to? Well, it's usually a restaurant manager, or a hotel manager, or the manager of a summer English language school. Which means, obviously, that you will be complaining about your experience at a restaurant, or a hotel, or at an English language school.
Yeah, and I want to complain about my experience at Duke's Diner. Oh my god.
So then, let's have a look at a sample question.
You recently went to a new restaurant in town. However, you feel dissatisfied with your experience. Write a letter of complaint to the manager, outlining why you didn't enjoy your time and the action you want them to take.
The first thing we need to do is plan. Yes, plan. But don't worry, planning is not hard, I promise. But before we can plan, we need to understand what a letter of complaint should do. Number 1, a letter of complaint should follow the conventions of a letter. So we should include salutations and an opening and closing phrase, obviously. You will notice that in this video, Monica is using her laptop. So she's writing an email, but there's no difference between a letter and an email, so relax, they're the same. Don't panic, okay. Number 2, a letter of complaint should make it very clear to the recipient why the letter was written. Obviously, we want the recipient, the person reading the letter, to read the letter and say, wow, this is a letter of complaint. I need to continue reading.
Yeah, obviously, Toby, I'm not stupid.
Number 3, a letter of complaint should describe the negative experiences of the writer.
Yeah, that's really important. In fact, that's exactly what I want to do.
And number 4, a letter of complaint should suggest a course of action to fix the problem.
Yeah, I deserve my money back. Okay?
Now that we know what a letter of complaint should do, we can construct our structure. And yes, every single letter of complaint that you ever write should follow a structure like this.
We give our salutations. Then we state why we are writing. This will count as our first paragraph, but only needs to be 1 sentence long. Next, I suggest you include 3 separate paragraphs, discussing 3 separate things that were unsatisfactory. These will depend on what you are complaining about. Considering we are complaining about an experience at a restaurant, we will have a paragraph about the environment, so the decorations and the appearance of the restaurant, another about the service, and our fourth paragraph will be about the food. Our fifth paragraph should make recommendations. How can the recipient remedy the situation? Here we are complaining about an experience at a restaurant, so we should ask for a refund. And lastly, we need to say goodbye, obviously. Use this structure for every letter of complaint you write. It will make your life much easier.
So then, Monica, let's begin. What is the first thing that we need to do?
Salutations. We need to say hello.
Yeah, and who are we writing to?
The manager of Duke's Diner. So I will say, hello, you dirty piece of shit.
No, you won't. Instead, you will write, for the attention of the manager of Duke's Diner. Oh, if you don't know the name of the hotel or the restaurant or the language school, then just invent one. Don't try and be really creative and spend ages thinking about it. Just choose one and go with it. It will be fine. This salutation can be used for every single formal letter that you write, for the attention of
Stupid Duke.
No, the manager of Duke's Diner. Next, we need to state why we are writing the letter. This only needs to be one sentence long, and yes, it can be the same for every single letter of complaint that you write.
Okay, I am writing because I hate you and I hope you die.
Wow. Or we can say this. I write this letter to express my deep dissatisfaction with the service I received at Duke's Diner yesterday.
Okay, fine, I liked mine better, but whatever.
Remember that you can use this opening sentence for every single letter of complaint that you write. I write this letter to express my deep dissatisfaction with my stay at your hotel, or the service I received at the summer school I attended in 2015. Whatever, it can stay the same. That makes your life very, very simple. Also, notice here that we have used the present simple. We have said, I write this letter, and not, I am writing this letter. And this may seem strange, but trust me, this is good. It's a very formal way to introduce a formal letter or email. We can't do this in a story or anything to replace the present continuous, but we can do it in the context of a letter or email. So yeah, I write instead of I am writing. The examiner will see that and they'll think, wow, I know that they know that that is acceptable in formal writing. And they'll give you higher marks because of it. Simple trick. Now we need to move on to our 3 body paragraphs describing our negative experience. We have decided that we are going to dedicate 1 paragraph to the environment, another paragraph to the service, and another paragraph to the food. Now, before we think about what we're going to say in these paragraphs, let's think about how we're going to connect them together.
We will begin paragraph 2 with to start with. Paragraph 3 will open with a not only, but to make matters worse inversion structure. And paragraph 4 will begin with to top it all off. This ensures all 3 body paragraphs are connected to each other, and you can use this template for every letter of complaint you write.
Now that we've done that, remember this. Remember, each of these paragraphs should be describing your experience. So that means we need to use narrative tenses, the past simple, the past continuous, and the past perfect. We're telling stories here. Also, you need to specify why these experiences were negative. Are they different to how they were advertised? Did they not live up to your expectations? Make it very obvious why these experiences for you were not acceptable. If you follow this structure, each paragraph will end up being about 3 sentences long. So, we must describe our experiences and then say why they were negative. Monica, our first paragraph is going to be about the environment, so in Duke's Diner, what was the environment like?
Oh my god, where do I begin? Oh my god, this place is so gross. What am I even doing here? Like, it's filthy. There's graffiti all over the walls and...
Is something the matter?
Yeah, it's like freezing in here. Could you, like, turn on the heating or something?
Okay, just one moment, madame. Duke, she's cold. What do I do? I don't know. Turn on the heating.
Duke, we don't have heating.
We could start a fire. No! Have you got a blanket? Yes, I do. Bruce, give her this.
Okay then, will do. Here, take this. Nice and warm.
Oh my god, it stings. Ugh, this is like the worst day of my life.
To start with, before arriving at the restaurant, I was anticipating a luxurious dining experience. Instead, I found the restaurant in a state of disrepair. The floor was utterly filthy, the walls were covered in graffiti, and there was no central heating. Here, Monica has begun by giving her expectations, and then contrasts this with her experience of the environment. Monica uses instead to link her ideas together. The grammar here is simple. Monica used a participle clause with the preposition before followed by the gerund. She used the past continuous and the past simple to recount her experiences. Where this paragraph shines is in its vocabulary. Monica uses the word luxurious, the expression state of disrepair, which means being in need of repair, and the ungradable adjective filthy with the modifier utterly. Filthy means very dirty.
And of course, if you want to learn more about gradable and ungradable adjectives, I have a video all about them, right here. And now, Monica, we need to do exactly the same thing about the service you received. So, how was that?
Oh my gosh, Toby, the service was terrible. Oh my god, she looks so gross today.
Here is the menu, madame. All right.
Okay. Oh my god, there's only one thing on the menu. Chicken nuggets. I can't eat chicken nuggets. I'm a vegan. Yeah, no chicken deserves to be a nugget. Service, can I have some service, please? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? I want some service, please.
What? I'm vegan. Yeah, I cannot eat a product of death. Who do you take me for? What, Monica? No, you're not. You eat sushi all the time. What are you talking about? Oh, shut up, Bruce. I've been a vegan since yesterday. I saw a documentary on Netflix and it totally opened my eyes. In a way, I've always been a vegan, you know, on a spiritual level. Oh, shut up. Sit down. Bloody hell.
Not only was the decor substandard, but to make matters worse, the service I received left a lot to be desired. The waiter was incredibly impolite and did not make me feel welcome as a paying customer. Furthermore, he became angry when I mentioned that I was vegan, despite the fact that I was promised an inclusive atmosphere. Monica begins with a not only, but to make matters worse inversion. This is complex grammar and a cohesive device that connects the paragraphs together, increasing our score for organization. She lists 2 complaints related to the service and uses a concessive clause to explain why she was disappointed. Monica connects her 2 ideas using furthermore.
And finally, before we move on to your refund, we need to talk about the food. So, Monica, what was the food like?
Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
Duke! What? She's a vegan.
Oh gosh.
What do we do? We've only got chicken nuggets and they're frozen anyway.
Have we still got that carrot from the advert?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then, well, we can give her that, can't we?
Your vegan meal,
yeah,
madame. Bon appetit, Hakuna Matata, okay?
Bruce, does she like the food?
Yeah, I think so. She's vegan, ain't she? And vegans eat vegetables and a carrot is a vegetable.
Vegans love vegetables.
To top it all off, the food was absolutely atrocious. Being a vegan and therefore unable to eat the meat option, I was given a raw carrot instead of a meal prepared by the chef. To my horror, the carrot was half eaten. This is not what I have come to expect from a restaurant in 2022. Monica starts with to top it all off, which lets the reader know that this is the final complaint. Monica uses the ungradable adjective atrocious with the modifier absolutely. This is followed with a participle clause. Monica describes the events that took place and then explains why they were unsatisfactory with, "This is not what I have come to expect from a restaurant in 2022. So now we have our salutations, we have stated the purpose of the letter, we have one paragraph complaining about the atmosphere, another complaining about the service, and another complaining about the food.
So now we need to let the reader know what course of action they should take. To do this, I suggest recommending a course of action using a subjunctive reporting verb. And if you're thinking, Toby, I don't know what a subjunctive reporting verb is, well, I've got a video all about them right here and how you can use them in your C1 Advanced Cambridge exam. So maybe click that link and watch that video at some point. Why not? We have all the time in the world. Yeah? But don't worry, it's easy. The structure that we need is this. I politely request that, plus subject, plus the infinitive. I politely request that I be refunded. Or, another example, I politely request that the hotel improve its housekeeping. I politely request that Duke jump off a bridge. Oh, Monica. You. Next, we should make a recommendation, and this recommendation should help the reader ensure that no one in the future needs to have the same bad experiences as you. So think about a way that the reader can avoid this situation happening in the future.
Well, that's really obvious. Close the diner? Yeah, it's awful.
Try and be more constructive than Monica, and make sure that your recommendation is related in some way to the experiences that you shared in your letter of complaint, obviously. Now, what grammar structure can we use to make this recommendation? Well, I suggest using an inverted second conditional. And of course, if you want to learn all about inverting conditionals, I have a video right here. It's made especially for the C1 Advanced Cambridge exams. So yeah, there's that. So you could say something like, were I the restaurant manager, I would improve the food and the service to avoid future complaints.
Yeah, so were I the manager of Duke's Diner, I would set it on fire and claim the insurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to the lackluster experience I have had, I politely request I be refunded as soon as possible. Were I the manager of such an establishment, I would attempt to modernize all aspects of the dining experience, from the ambiance to the food, as future customers should not have to share my ordeal. So, Monica uses a subjunctive reporting verb to request a refund, and then follows this with an inverted second conditional to make a recommendation. She uses relevant vocabulary like lackluster, which means not good enough, modernize, ambience, and ordeal, which means a negative experience.
And with that, Monica, we are done. Now we just need to say goodbye.
Yeah, let's keep this one really simple. I hate you from Monica.
No, Monica, this is a complaint. It's a formal piece of writing, and we've suggested a course of action. So let's say, I hope this issue can be resolved promptly. Kind regards, Monica.
And here is our completed letter of complaint. A salutation, why we are writing it, 3 paragraphs describing events and why they were negative, 1 paragraph recommending a course of action, and, finally, a sign-off. All done.
And with that, we are finished. Now you know every single thing you need to know about writing a letter of complaint for the C1 Advanced Cambridge exam. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby, and
come to Duke's Diner.
Seriously, Duke, you think anyone's gonna come to your diner after watching this?
this was Smash English.